The Betrayal of Palestine, Arab Complicity in Genocide. Brothers and sisters, and to the rulers who hear these words, Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, Qatar, Egypt, Jordan, and the rest who hide behind silence, I speak to you directly. You call yourselves guardians of Islam, protectors of Arab dignity, custodians of the holy sites, leaders of the Muslim world. But what have you done while Gaza burns? What have you done while Palestine bleeds? While children dig through rubble with their bare hands, you have turned your backs. You have extended your hands not to your brothers in Palestine, but to those who murder them. Saudi Arabia, you move step by step toward normalization with Israel, opening your skies to their planes, whispering in Washington's ear that you are ready to make peace while your brothers and sisters lie in mass graves. You hold the keys to the holiest places in Islam, yet your silence on Palestine is louder than any sermon. You buy weapons from America by the billions arms that strengthen the same empire that fuels Israel's bombs. What is your excuse? That your throne depends on their approval? That you fear Washington more than you fear God? Your silence has become your shame, your betrayal, a stain that will never be washed from your legacy. Emirates, you have gone even further, rushing to embrace Israel openly. You did not just whisper, you signed. You turned the betrayal into law with the Abraham Accords. You opened your ports, your banks, your arms to Zionists while Gaza was being starved and bombed. Today, Israeli companies flourish in Dubai. Your armies train together. Your officials smile alongside the very men who order massacres. How can you parade yourself as a modern leader when your progress is built on the bones of Palestinian children? Do you not feel shame when you walk in your glittering streets, knowing they are paved with betrayal? Qatar, you play a clever game. To the world you pose as Gaza's benefactor, Al Jazeera amplifies their cries, and you hand out aid. But your aid is drip-fed under the watchful eye of Israel, a leash to control resistance rather than a sword to liberate it. You host leaders of Hamas, but only under conditions written by Washington and Tel Aviv. Do you not see that your support has become a cage, not a path to freedom? You have made yourself the gatekeeper of survival, not the ally of liberation. Do not pretend this is solidarity, it is control. Your hands too are stained with the shame of calculated betrayal. And Egypt, your betrayal is perhaps the heaviest of all. You hold Rafah, the only door not controlled by Israel, and instead of opening it to life, you turned it into another wall of death. When Gaza screamed for food, medicine, and mercy, you shut the gates. You watched children die for lack of antibiotics. You watched the wounded bleed out because ambulances could not pass. You destroyed tunnels that carried bread and water, not bombs. And when convoys from across the world, people of conscience from Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas came to your borders begging you to open Rafah so they could deliver food and medicine, what did you do? You did not open the gates. You sent your soldiers to block them. You forced them to stand in the desert sun while people in Gaza starved a few kilometers away. They begged you with tears in their eyes. They pleaded for compassion, and you answered them with barbed wire and rifles. Shame on you, Egypt. Shame on your generals. Shame on your leaders. Shame on every hand that held those gates shut while Gaza's children cried for bread. Jordan, you, who claim to be the custodian of Jerusalem's holy sites, the guardian of Al-Aqsa, yet year after year you renew your treaties with Israel, you coordinate intelligence, you ensure that no true resistance rises from your soil. Your people march by the millions, they cry for Palestine, but you answer them with silence and repression. You claim to guard Al-Aqsa, but in truth, you have guarded Israel's security. You let occupation thrive while pretending to hold keys of honor. Do you not feel the weight of shame, standing as guardian of a holy place while you betray its people? But this betrayal is not new. It stretches back decades, carved into the wounds of Palestinian history. In 1978, Egypt signed the Camp David Accords with Israel, breaking the Arab front and normalizing with the occupier while Palestinians remained stateless, displaced, and under siege. Anwar Sadat shook hands with Menachem Begin while Israeli tanks remained in the West Bank and bombs fell on Lebanon. Egypt claimed peace for itself while leaving its brothers behind. That betrayal opened the door for others. Jordan followed in 1994 with the Wadi Araba Treaty, giving Israel not only recognition, but water, security coordination, and legitimacy. While Palestinians were being choked by settlements, Jordan turned occupation into a legal neighbor. In the 1990s, the Oslo Accords, shaped and signed under the watchful eyes of Washington, created an illusion of peace while entrenching occupation. Arab states applauded it, funded it, and pressured Palestinians to accept crumbs while Israel expanded settlements. They knew it was a trap, yet they played along, trading away resistance for photo opportunities and handshakes. And now, in our time, the Abraham Accords have brought the betrayal into the open. The Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, Sudan, they signed with Israel without even pretending to secure Palestinian rights. They signed for weapons, for trade, for recognition from Washington, and they paraded it as peace. This is not peace, it is profit from genocide. Saudi Arabia stands on the edge, waiting for its turn, negotiating openly with Washington about when, not if, it will normalize. Even as Gaza burns, their talks continue. Even as children are buried under rubble, they plan their next deal. And while all this unfolded, where were the Arab armies? Where were the so-called defenders of the Ummah? Not in Gaza, not in Jerusalem, not in Jenin. They were in Yemen, dropping bombs on the poorest nation in the region. They were in Libya, in Syria, crushing their own people. They were in their own streets, jailing men and women whose only crime was raising the flag of Palestine. All of you together, Saudi Arabia, Emirates, Qatar, Egypt, Jordan, you do not just stand by. You crush your own people when they speak out. You jail the voices of conscience. You silence imams from the pulpits. You chase down activists on social media. You unleash tear gas and prisons on your own citizens who cry for Gaza. You fear the rise of a free Palestine, because a free Palestine would inspire your own people to rise against your corruption, your palaces, your fragile crowns. You fear resistance more than you fear occupation. You fear your own people more than you fear God. Do not pretend your hands are clean. The evidence is carved into history. Emirati handshakes with Zionists, Egyptian bulldozers destroying the tunnels of life, Jordan's treaties securing water for Israel while Palestinians thirst, Saudi intelligence meetings with Mossad exposed again and again, Qatari funds trickling into Gaza only with Israel's blessing. Every deal, every silence, every sealed border is complicity in genocide. Every action and every inaction is a mark of shame. And so I say to you, rulers of the Arab world, you may silence your people today. You may crush dissent with fear. You may bow before Washington and Tel Aviv, but you cannot wash away the blood of Gaza from your hands. You may think your thrones are secure, your wealth untouchable, your palaces unshakable, but history will not remember your riches. History will remember that when Palestine cried for help, you stood with the oppressor. When children screamed under rubble, you sealed the gates. When convoys begged you to let them deliver bread, you blocked their path with guns. When the world demanded justice, you chose betrayal. The world is watching, your people are watching, and God is watching. You will face him on the day when no throne, no palace, no crown, and no American alliance will save you. You will stand before him with the blood of Gaza on your hands. That day is coming. And on that day, your excuses will turn to dust, your crowns will be worth nothing, and your silence will condemn you louder than any voice could.